Hey there everyone, today is Wednesday the 25th of September. The Phillies clinched the NL East, the Eagles won this past weekend. It's a pretty good day, pretty good week for sports in Philadelphia, but we're not here for talking about that because today's Wednesday, and you know what that means? That means it's time for Comics Again. Thank you for tuning in once again, as you do every week, to Comics Again, the show where I come into your feed and tell you all the new number ones coming your way that week. So let's get down to it. There's a lot to cover. Let's go. As always, let's see what's going on in DC's Absolute Power first. The 7th and final issue of the Absolute Power Task Force 7. Number 7, it's here, it's out. It's the final issue of this crossover miniseries. Absolute Power Origins issue 3 of 3 is here. It's the last part of this crossover miniseries. And lastly, the final crossover this week is Green Arrow issue 16. It's an Absolute Power tie-in. And those are your Absolute Power tie-ins this week. Also from DC Comics, there's a book by two Kyles. Yeah, Kyle Starks and Kyle Hotz are here to give you an all-new Lobo one-shot. It's the Lobo Cancellation Special one-shot. It's gonna be a lot of fun if you're a bastich like that guy. You're gonna want to read it. It's a new Lobo comic by two Kyles. And last week I mentioned that the Batman Long Halloween Last Halloween 0 was dropping. It was the reprinting of stuff from a couple years back. Well, this week the Batman Long Halloween Last Halloween issue 1 is here from Jeff Loeb and artist Eduardo Risso. Don't miss this thing. It's an all new story continuing the events of that 0 issue. And it's here. Eduardo Risso, that guy can draw too. So, come for the Jeff Loeb story and the world that him and Tim created. Stay. Artwork. Let's switch gears real quick and look at a surprising turn of events in which Marvel only has one new comic this week, one new number one. You got plenty of other comics, don't you worry. They only have one new number one. It's a Venom War tie-in. It is Venom War Daredevil issue 1. It's here. It's the only Marvel number one this week, so sink your teeth in if you're a Venom fan. And if you're a Daredevil fan, take a peek. It's got Venoms and stuff all over it, and Daredevil. Now that the big two are out of the way, let's look at what's going on with everyone else. Let's start off with a whole bunch of wild and crazy mashup comics. Just gonna throw them at you. There are all sorts of wild and crazy mashups. I didn't expect half of this kind of stuff this week, and here it is. From Image Comics, there's Knights vs. Samurais issue 1. Yeah, check it out. Knights vs. Samurai. Who'd have thought? And if we're gonna go with some samurai stuff, check out the Power Rangers versus Yosagi Yojimbo comic book. I don't know if they versus or not, but they're together. And the world of He-Man, Masters of the Universe, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, TMNT, are crossing over in Turtles of Grayskull. So, that's a whole lot of mashups. But wait, got one more for you. The Horizon Experiment is a little imprint of one-shots coming your way from Image Comics that feature characters doing the twist, or taking a specific twist or different angle on a classic character style. This one is a Chinese James Bond in the Manchurian. So check this thing out. They're doing all sorts of twists. There's gonna be apparently a reverse Indiana Jones coming up. So the Horizon Experiment is the overall umbrella title, but this one is called the Manchurian. Don't miss out. I can't wait to see what a Chinese James Bond is all about. That's a bunch of weird twists and mashups. Let's look at some other stuff. The final arc of Mark Millar's Magic Order is here with Magic Order 5, issue number 1. It's Mark Miller doing his thing, Magic Order. And now let's get our creepy stuff on because it's creepy time. Everyone's getting ready for Halloween. All these comics that are coming up next are creepy, and some are sexy creepy. First one for you is the first issue of Creepshow Series 3. It's issue 1 of Creepshow Series 3. Get your creep on with another Creepshow anthology series. Goobers number 1 features a story that's about alien insect body snatcher type things. I don't know. You can pick your friends and you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose unless it's the cover of Goobers, because something's going up that guy's nose. Goobers number 1 is here to be creepy. Someone's got hell to pay in this new Western comic, Hell's Half Acre. Check it out. Devil's coming for you, cowboy style. Doing some demon stuff in The Missionary this week from Distillery. It's another one of their large format comics, but there's some demon stuff going on. And now things are gonna get sexy. Maria Lovett's Violent Flowers is here to be sexy and scary for you. And lastly, there's a man-eater coming your way. She'll chew you up, it says. It's Lilith, issue number 1, to be extra sexy for you on this creepy week leading into Halloween season. This is our last of the creepy, scary comics now. And lastly for you this week, I got one big beefy boy one-shot from friend of the store, Declan Shalvey. Yo, what's up, Deck? It takes place in his Old Dog series universe. It's Old Dog Operations. There's an all-new Old Dog story in here by Declan, written and drawn by Declan, but then there's a bunch of other stories that are solo operations for the main character of the series doing stuff, not necessarily in the main timeline of the series, but new stories by all sorts of great top creators, some of Deck's favorites, some of your favorites. They're all in here. Check this thing out. It's a big old beefy boy one-shot. Like I said, it's square bound. It looks awesome, and it's got some new material in here that I know if you're a fan of the series, you are going to want to read, because I sure as heck want to read it. Old Dog Operations is here to kick some butt for you this week. And very last thing, I'm just going to throw it out into the universe because I'm super stoked on it. I got to read a preview copy of it a couple weeks back, an advanced copy, and it was in black and white, so I cannot wait to read this thing in color. It's an all-new Charles Burns book called Final Cut. It's a big, beefy boy hardcover. It's $34. You can't beat this thing. It's Charles Burns doing an all-new story about guys that love old school horror movies and make their own low budget sort of horror movies, and also maybe fall in love and all sorts of things happen. High school hijinks, kid hijinks, but all through the lens of creating and making movies. So get this thing this week, and if you get it from us right now, we have a limited edition, limited amount of Charles Burns signed book plates, so you can pop that thing inside here, get your very own signed copy of Final Cut from Philadelphia's own and friend of the store. What's up, Charles? Charles Burns, new book, Final Cut. Don't miss it. It's coming your way right now from Pantheon Books. This book is pretty great. Thank you very much for tuning in this week. I don't really know what to say. There was just a lot of stuff, so I'm just gonna wrap this thing up really quick. Lots of comics on the shelf. Lots of comics came out. It's the end of the quarter, so everyone's kind of pumping out a bunch of things. So if you missed it, if you didn't see it in the video, it might actually just be on the shelf, and I might have missed it. There's just so much going on. If you can't shop in store with us, feel free to shop online with us at bravenewworldscomics.com. It'll help you out with all your comic-oriented needs. It's all there. It's all there for you. Tune in to Casey's video on Friday where she'll do her comics forever. Hopefully I have something cool for you to read, some other recommendation. I know there's a new We 3 edition this week, so she'll probably talk about that. We love We 3. 20th anniversary edition, which is kind of crazy. And that's it. Have a great week. See you back here next week for another one of these, and make sure you make some time to read some comics. All right, everybody. See you then.